Hello, this is Astara. I'm founder of Earth Mother Star Child, which is specifically for indigos, earth angels and star seeds, and more recently just descending into the fifth dimension and beyond. I'm a psychic, a clairvoyant, a healer, and an artist. And there's lots that comes under all of that, but I do a lot of work with the goddess energy and the energy of Venus. And I'm coming on today in this podcast to talk about the heart and love and the heart vibe. Because as we're going through ascension, we're going to notice that there is a real calling, a deep calling, a need for returning into the heart space. And then also a deep desire and passion for people to be heart connected once more. There has been a huge agenda in the 3D, in the third dimension, an agenda that has come from a non-human source, I believe, that has tried to keep us out of the heart and enslaved within a system of, particularly a very narcissistic system, one that is based on self-interest and abusive dynamics, one that actually causes us to neglect and abuse each other and abuse the earth and ultimately abuse ourselves. So one thing I'm noticing as we're going through this ascension process, I'm seeing more evidence of this abuse on social media, in my life, when I deal with people, when I hear other people's stories, hearing and seeing relationships, how we treat one another and how we treat the earth, and also ultimately within my clients, how we treat ourselves. So how are we going to shift this? Because I notice that people are calling out for this heart vibration, and this is a vibration of love to come in and to really fill us up so that we feel divinely connected and divinely inspired once again. This is very important for our sovereignty, restoring the sovereignty of the divine light within us, restoring our inner knowing that is based within our heart, that there is more to being in this world than the mind matrix that we have been conditioned into. So this requires a kind of leap of faith, but it also requires a reconnection. For us to be courageous in our reconnection with the heart energy of ourselves and our sensitivity, reconnecting with authentic vulnerability and acknowledging that vulnerability within ourselves, but also within each other, our star sisters and our star brothers, acknowledging that we all need on a very deep level to feel the energy of love, to feel that consciousness which is the divine consciousness of the creative force. If you like to think of that as God or goddess, that's up to you, but it's a creative consciousness that comes through us and is part of who we are and why we have come to live in a physical body for this experience. But this energy of love is what we need to thrive and to bring us into a space of our own fullness, our own wealth and vitality of being and well-being. So how I like to think of this is to do a daily love practice. I see love as coming into the heart, but it can also come into any other part of the body in the chakras. But I like to see it as coming in as a heart-fulfilling energy. And one way I like to connect with this is to connect with a goddess energy. You can do this any other way you like, but I like to connect with Kuan Yin, who is a cosmic goddess, but also an earth goddess. And she has a very light pink vibration that when you invoke her into your space, into your energy field, she is the goddess of mercy. It's like she really understands the feelings of the deprived, of the forgotten, of the alienation, the isolation of what it is to be human in these times. To be, maybe I should say, to be an enslaved human. And we are working through our consciousness so that consciousness is no longer enslaved. And one way we can do this is through receiving the energy of love. So when you're in your spaces, wherever you are out there in the world, I try and bring in this love consciously through my body in as many ways as I can think of. So one way is to invoke Kuan Yin and to feel her energy coming in through my heart, usually through the back or the front of the heart chakra, allowing that to open, allowing it to be at peace. That's very hard to do if you're feeling, vulnerable or under attack. So make sure you're in a nice, safe space. Nature is always a great space for reconnecting with oneself and feeling more balanced, because nature has a beautiful many frequencies that are balanced in nature, so it helps to bring us back into balance. And in that space, just to imagine the opening of your heart and invoke those frequencies of love to come in and to fill the chambers of your heart, your physical heart, but also the channels of your physical being. Allow that process just to open and allow you to feel more centered and the feelings to come forward, because feeling is the very utmost spiritual nature of the heart. Being empathic to another, to have awareness and understanding of ourselves. Through feeling, you have an awareness of consciousness and how we can have a relationship with other beings of consciousness, like other people or trees or divine beings or any energy, any conscious energy that might be around us. We do that through this receptivity, this awareness. So allowing that to come into you and be conscious about it. Go, I am breathing in, so using the breath, breathing in the divine nature of love into my space, into my heart. I'm welcoming it into my being. And I like to use Kuan Yin because she has a beautiful presence, and it's very non-aggressive, it's very non-confrontational, it's very strong energy of that everything is going to be just fine. It's very calm and settling for the inner child. If you're aware that your inner child needs that at this time. A lot of indigos have this sense of a very highly attuned inner child that will need soothing as we go through these fluctuating experiences on earth at the moment. So bringing her energy through into the heart, and then I'm going to ask you to radiate it out through the lungs, so allowing it to move through your energy system from the heart space, using the lungs to radiate out through the breath, and bringing it all the way through your energy system to all the different parts. So going down all the way down through the lower chakras into the feet and even the earth star, and then allowing it to permeate up into the heart, from the heart into the throat, going up into the third eye and into the crown. Just allowing yourself to feel that movement and that energy of love. You don't need to spend long time on it. It's just a way of reconnecting yourself, and it's like a power-up. It's like plugging yourself in to the divine source and just reminding your energy that this is refreshing, rejuvenating vibrations that can help your physical body, your mental body, your emotional body, your inner child, all the aspects of you, from from the physical level all the way up to the soul level, just allowing it to vibrate within you and create a very strong energy of your own consciousness, mixing and melding with divine source. So when you find yourself doing this practice, you're going to spend, just do it maybe once in the morning. It was probably that quick, maybe about 2 or 3 minutes, and then once in the evening. What I found was that when I was under particular stress and I would go into sort of coping mode, and one thing that would happen is I would disconnect from that love source, and I would find myself about a week later thinking, gosh, I feel really quite miserable, and I need to reconnect with that self-love. And this is a practice because there have been a lot of mind programs that will take you out of self-love, that will take you into martyrdom or take you into self-sacrifice. So it's quite important to consciously say to yourself, I'm allowing myself to receive love. I'm giving myself love in this moment. I'm caring for myself. I'm loving my inner child. I'm allowing the universe to love me. I am drawing in the love that I need to nourish all the parts of me, all the parts of my energy system to flow through me so that I can radiate out that love as well and have that chain reaction of creating love in our world. Sometimes my work with other people, when I'm doing healing, it's really just about bringing in that love once more, because it's a bit like there's a lack or a deprivation in our world at the moment of this pure essence, this divine love, but it's always there, it's always available to us if we allow it, if we just shift our awareness and attention to that's the focus, that's what I need some love. This can be particularly helpful if you're trying to soothe your inner child, if you have any anxiety issues, but also if you have any addictions, if you feel like you need sort of sugar or people to have an addiction or any other substances, just to shift that consciousness into divine love. And you can really be a radiant love being. You can really bring in this love and channel it, and people will notice it. They will be attracted to you, and they will feel it too, because it's very important that we're all acting as lights for one another, and to have that sharing of that love energy and that vibration is actually part of the awakening process here on earth. It's part of that ascension process. It will to remind us all as enslaved humans that we are actually divine beings of the heart, and that all of us has access to that energy whenever we need it. Okay, so I'm going to leave you with that today. If you like what I do, you can come find me on earthmotherstarchild.co.uk, and I'm on Facebook, Twitter and Instagram. I do one-to-one sessions of Venus healing, which is all about this bringing in this love energy and this divine goddess energy from Venus that is coming through to help the ascension of the planet and to help us all find ways to evolve and return to wholeness, and particularly wholeness that comes from a very heart-centered space. So you can come find me if you want to do that. I'm always interested to hear what people have to say, so I'd love to hear your comments if any of you are doing this work, and I wish you all well. Namaste.